Hi students, hope you all are doing well. Today in this video we are going to discuss the first project of Manufacturing Technology 2. It is the simulation of milling and turning operation by using the Boxford CNC simulator. This project has two parts. The first part is a milling simulation by using the G and M code, and second one is a turning simulation by using the graphical interface of Boxford software. I'm going to discuss the first part. So in the first part, we need to create a pocket of given dimension with a depth of 4 mm, and the billet size we can assume, and for that I have assumed a size of 20 mm in both sides, so the 50 become 90 and also the 40 become 80, and the individual positions are assigned. Here we have position number 1, 2, 3, and we have 6 positions, and each coordinate points are also assigned considering this as the home position, that is actually the left bottom of the billet, and the only difference we have here is 2 to 3 it is a curve. All other parts are really simple and we need to use the G codes and M codes for this one. So we'll directly go to the Boxford software for entering the details. When we are opening the Boxford software, the first page is for the selection of machine, and here we have the CNC lathe and whatever available in our college, and in the right side all the miller machines are listed. So we need to select our machine that we are going to use. So I'm selecting the milling machine 8082. Okay, now we are on the first page of selection for the simulation. So the left side is for the CAD drawing and the right side is for the machine control. These are the three parameters that will provide us the program details. We can view the program here. Here it is the edit and this is the simulate. This one we need to use to directly connect with the machine for actual operation. In the left side, we have two options. Either we can enter our details by using the graphical method or by using the G and M code. Initially, when you are checking, the G and M code will not be active. So you need to go to the administrator settings, go to the settings, current user, change the standard to administrator for enabling it. There is no password for us, so click OK. So it will be activated. Click on new, and then we can enter the name of the project. I'll give project 1 part 1. Okay, save. Then here we need to give the billet size. So we have selected 90 and the width is 80, and the thickness of the billet it's not given in the question. You can select 25 or 30. So I'm keeping it as 25, and make sure that we are going to use a metric system. Click OK. So this is the Boxford interface for doing the CNC simulation. This is called the graphics area. Here we have the machining informations including the number, G codes, coordinates XYZ, feet, speed, tool number, and it will also give you the information about the remaining time for machining. And then when you come over here, this is the menu bar, and this is the most important area. Here we are going to enter the part program. So the first column is representing the number of the part program. This column is for entering G code. This is for M code. X, Y, Z, I, J, K is for the coordinate system. F is for the feed. S for speed. P is for calling some sub programs, and that we will do here when we are using, say for example, a G65. We need to call a sub program. We can enter the program number here, so it will call directly from the directory. And Q is for giving the multiple depths, and R is the radius, and I is for tool number. We are going to use almost all the commands in our program, so you can be familiar with that. The left side, these are the viewing options, and also we have an option for show the tool, and this is it. So we will start with our program. So we can start our programming with a G90, and that is an absolute programming. I hope you know the difference between G90 and G91. G90 is for absolute programming and 91 is for incremental programming. So the difference between these two is, when we are using G90, we are always referring to a common coordinate origin. But in incremental programming, we are referring to the previous position as the origin for each one. So here we are following G90, click enter. So the second one is G21. For considering that what we are using is a metric system, that is millimeter, and then enter again. Go for M03, M06 for the tool selection. And when we are using M06, you need to select the tool number. So I'm keeping 01 as my tool number for the simulation. Press enter, it will take you to the library, tool library. So I'm selecting the tool with the 4 mm diameter as my tool number 1. Click OK. Now I need to call my tool to a position which is 25 mm above the origin. For that, G00, that is rapid traverse, linear movement to 0, 0, 25. Click enter. Now in order to see the tool, click over here. So the tool is available now in the origin position. When you are looking from the top, it is 25 mm above and to the origin position. Now the next command is we can allow the spindle to rotate. So it is 03 for spindle rotation clockwise. We need to specify the speed, it is 2000. Press enter. Now I'll take the tool to my initial position. Initial position in the question, we know that this is 0.1, which one is 20, 20, 20x, 20y. So we'll give 20, 20, and we can keep the tool little closer. So is at 2 now. Press enter. Here we can check. So now the tool is at a height of 2 mm and to 20, 20. So all the tool position, and we can calculate like the surface is considered as Z0 into the material is minus value. So here we are 2 mm above the surface right now. So in order to enter to the workpiece, we need to use G01. G01 is a linear interpolation with a feed rate. So when the tool is going into the material, you need to provide G01 always with a feed rate. So it is always with the feed, it will not work with the feed. So G01 always along with a feed rate. So I'm giving a feed rate of 200 now. You can see that the tool went inside. Now we can proceed with the different positions. 1 to 2, it is 20, 50. This is 50. So no need to give the X again because it's already 20. The system will always take the previous position. Okay, change is happening only for Y. So it will go there. Then 2 to 3, you can see that there is a circular interpolation. From here, it is in clockwise direction. That is representing by using G02, and we need to specify the radius also. So 2 to 3, the position is 30, 60. So it is G02, the position is 30, 60, and we need to specify the radius also. The radius is 10 here. Press enter. So it is taking now. Now we can quickly complete because all is linear interpolation only. So 3 to 4 is linear interpolation. The value of 4 is 65, 60. So we'll go back here. It is G01 again. Then 65. No need to give 60 because it's already the value of Y is 60 already. So it will go there. Then the position number 5. Position 5 is 70, 55. So next position 70, 55. Okay, now it is 70, 20. So Y value 20, and you can reach back to the initial position, that is 20, 20. So we have finished one cut, but we know that our actual depth is 4 mm. So far we have completed only 2 mm depth because we cannot go 4 mm in a single go. That will affect our tool. So for that, now I am taking the tool outside. I will give 2 now, 2 of Z. So the tool is outside. So the actual depth is 4 mm. So far we have cut for a 2 mm contour only. We can do the multiple depth in two ways. We can go ahead with the QR option that will work as depth and increment, that I will show in a while during the pocketing of inside part. Or you can repeat the process. For repeating the process, you can go ahead and copy the files from here. See, this is the initial process, so you can copy it until here, then copy the file, then paste it over here and change the depth to -4. Here you need to change it to -4, then repeat it, or you can type it again. I prefer to type it. I will repeat the simulation. So now we are here. So in order to achieve -4, I will give, I am in G01, means still it is in a position to go inside the workpiece with a feed. I'll click here, go for -4, click enter. So the tool went inside. You can see that in the front view. Go to the transparent option and looking from the front, see here you can see that the tool is inside now, 2 mm depth. So I'll go back that one. Now I will continue the procedure same like last time. So the next step is Y50. Again I need to go for a circular interpolation, right 02, circular interpolation 50, 30, 60. Here it is 30, 60, and the radius is 10. So we'll give the radius 10 here. Then it will reach to the other position 65. Here it is 65. Okay, so G02 is still there. We need to change that one. So come here, change the circular interpolation to linear interpolation 01 and give the feed value. So 200, click enter. Now we can go again by using 7055. So it is 7055. Now come back to the position of 20. Okay, finally you reach back to the initial position 2020. So now you have completed the same depth. I ask you to follow the same procedure rather than copying the file, so that you can understand the procedure one more time. Now we can take the tool outside by entering 25 for reset value, then take to the home position by X0 and Y0. Okay, so move to the last step. In the last step we are going to remove everything inside by using a subprogram, subpocketing program. So in order to call a subprogram, the command that we are using is called G65. This is the macro call used for calling subprogram from the stored library. In the Box4 library, we have a set of different programs, a pre-defined programs. Let me show you that one. So the G code custom macro symbol called G65. We'll go to the library. So these are the programs available with the Box4, in which we are calling P1088, that is a rectangular pocketing. So the requirement for that one is G65, then enter the midpoint of this one, midpoint of the billet. The midpoint of the billet is 4540. This is 45 and the Y value is 40, because we know that this is 90 and this is 80, so the half of this one 44. Now the depth value, finally we are reaching to -4. I'm giving it directly, so I will give the multiple depth option here in the Q and R. Okay, now there is one more option, that is the I and J. So here we are going to give the boundary of our pocket. We know that the tool actually passed through this area, so it removed the material from here. The length of the part was 50 and 40, so 2 mm is reduced from both sides. So we will keep it lesser than that, that is 50 minus 2 mm, that is 48 here, and in the Y direction it is 38 only, because it was 40 and change it to 38 now. Why we are not giving 46 and 36? Because the tool is automatically taking care of the tool compensation, so no need to give the full value. Then we will come for the feed rate again. So I'll keep the feed rate as 200. Now the P option, the program that we are going to use is P1088. So specify the program here, 1088. Now I'll give 2 here and 2 also here. This 2 is representing the number of steps to be used, and this is representing the incremental value. So we are going to cut -4 means 2 mm in 2 steps. Okay, so now I will enter this and simulate it. You can see that after the simulation it is automatically here. I will make it slow and I am repeating the process. So here you go, see this is a second cut. Now it went like this. So this is the first step, and in the second step it removed the rest of the portion. Okay, now the process is completely over. We need to stop the spindle. For stopping spindle is G05, enter. Then we can stop the coolant and those kind of things. We are not using any coolant over here, so we will stop the program completely by using 30. So now save the program, save. When you close over here, you will have all the options here, so you can view the program here, the full program. Click. So this is the program that we created, and in order to submit it, what you need to do, go to the file and then print it. There is no option for save it as a PDF. You can save PDF by using the print option. Click on print. So here the compact view is fine, or you can go with the tablet view. Tablet view means you will get exactly like this. I prefer to go with the compact view. Click OK. Then it will be updated. So these are the two files. This is the first file and this is the second file. When you zoom this one, you can see all the informations. So the machine details, what are the stock information, material, the tool that we used, and step by step all the programs. Okay, that's all. And the next session, the part number 2 will be by my colleague Jay Kumar.